Well, hello, everyone. How are all of you doing out there? It's great to be back making another video with you guys. If you're from Florida, Georgia, or North Carolina, in an area that was affected by the hurricanes there, I hope you and your family are doing okay. I hope the government is actually doing what they're supposed to do and getting you guys the help and stuff that you need. Well, while you guys were going through some major freaking problems, I was having some bullshit of my own go on the channel here with Impact News, Liizrd Media, Siimpl Media, and then that old fat tub of lard Anthony X out there in California. If you haven't seen my community post or watched any videos recently, you wouldn't know that the Rankins put 5 privacy strikes on my exposure video of them. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, being the hypocrites that they are, well, like most frauditards are, they tried to take the channel down with 5 privacy strikes, all within just a few minutes of each other. Now, thank God YouTube only counted them as 1 strike, though. I think it was because they only did it to 1 video. And they the only thing they did do, though, is remove that video on the Rankins. So, yeah, my First Amendment rights to report on the trio as an independent investigative journalist were trounced on by the Rankins and YouTube. Now, I've appealed the takedown unsuccessfully 3 times. That's all there is to it, they say. I'll have to redo the video someday and, just not say the Rankins' full names when I'm doing the video, as I guess that's become a big no-no on YouTube. If the video gets reported, it's definitely going to come down because of that. So, and unfortunately, I went ahead and removed, for one night, I removed most or like 90% of the videos that were on the channel. And then I did go back and put a few more, I put a few up. But anyways, I had to do that to protect the channel only because, strangely, I got whacked by the grossly obese frauditard known as Anthony X. No warning or anything, and he claimed a copyright strike on a video I made on him in February of 2023. Yes, folks, February of 2023. 20 freaking months ago, and Fat Boy struck my video because I used 35 seconds of his 1-minute video. How petty is that, folks? How petty is he being? My channel isn't even monetized. It's not like I was making any money off of his video or the part of his video. So now I have to fight that strike because I have a privacy strike and a copyright strike. I've been doing this 20 months. That's the first time I've ever had all this all at the same time. So I had to start looking into things a bit. Back a couple weeks ago, 10 days ago now, when the video on the Rankins got dropped. I'm trying to figure out how the channel would go on if I couldn't say people's whole names or show their mug shots or, talk about their crimes and things like that. What was I going to do to keep the channel going for you guys? So a lot of people listen to me whine and complain, and they basically, God love them all. And I can't list all of them on here because I know I'll forget 1 or 2, and I don't want to do that to anybody. So I do thank everybody that listened. Those people showed me better ways in the future to make the videos, and they gave me a lot of moral support. And I thank each and every one of them again. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate y'all. So, I would like to update you on how upset these 3 fucktards are, supposed freedom fighters and defenders of the First Amendment, got over my video, my First Amendment news report of them. Yes, they are such defenders of freedom of speech and freedom of the press that when they were exposed by an investigative journalist, Yeah, for who they really are, not these bullshit that they talk about on their channel, they privacy struck that video 5 times, claiming there are 21 privacy violations in the video. Yes, yeah, 21 in those 5 videos. So what I did find, going back over the video, I in a couple spots I did leave a phone number that was visible on a flyer that I had gotten from about the business, and so that's probably where one of those strikes comes from. Now you got to remember though, I didn't show their house because they had it blurred out, remember? So I must have said their complete names like 20-something times. I mean, surely, Jack, you know, the man who portrays as a better class of citizen and rich and retired, he wouldn't have a problem of mentioning he married a Philippine queen with a penis, would he? Would that really bother him? Or would it be that felony conviction? Maybe it was the felony conviction, you know, when he was younger. Maybe that's what really got him going. I'm not sure, folks. You know, to me, everything that I put in that video was public knowledge. It was all gained from public media on the internet. I mean, you just got to know the right places to go and find it. But, you know, they are complete hypocrites, just like every other fraud out there. It's not about the First Amendment for these people. They aren't out to educate any people. They aren't out to peacefully record the police in the performance of their duties in a public space either. It's all about the money. Best part about this update is I wanted to let you guys know that they had their first court appearance on October 15th this past week. Now, Liizrd Media, who is Alex, and Siimpl Media, who is Nick, and the Long Beach Observer, who's iiMPCT, all had their misdemeanor charges upgraded to felonies. And remember how they want to lie about how rich they are and that they're so rich that they're retired now?
You have jobs?
No, we're retired. We don't need them anymore.
Well, I called the court to find out about their next court date because I just wanted to know what it was, and they told me it was December 5th. I was also able to find out that Alex and Nick were appointed public defenders. You just don't get a public defender unless you're broke and have no money. So, along with the bankruptcy lies, they didn't let anybody know about that bankruptcy. They were trying to hide it. Yeah, well, now this shows that they are liars and they are very, very broke if they're getting public defenders. So they finally messed up enough to get arrested, and 2, to get some serious charges this time after all of the assaults that they have committed at all of the post offices in the San Diego area. I know they're not down there anymore. They're up in LA now. All of this is thanks to the post offices, if you ask me, the ones in San Diego. They are the ones who never stopped them from what they were doing in the post offices. Even when it became disruptive, no representative from the post office would come out and tell them to stop, so then they had a reason to call the police. And I also blame the law enforcement in the San Diego area, as they never held these guys accountable for what they were doing or for any of the assaults that they committed, which, in my opinion, most of them were all excessive force. It was always 2 or 3 on 1, or when I think it was Alex. Alex took the stand, the TV stand, or the whatever you call that thing, the stick that hold the camera there, and he whacked that old Asian guy over the head and made him bleed. That's assault. That is not defending yourself. So, and it bothers me that they've been allowed to get away with it for so long. So YouTube, and I blame YouTube also, YouTube partners with channels like this, and they protect them for the illegal activity that they do while filming, which only encourages these channels to continue their activities to make money. Yes, YouTube is encouraging criminals to commit criminal activity on their channels because it sells better, and it's all in the name of revenue for both people, YouTube and the offending channel. Now, folks, that makes YouTube just as liable, just as culpable, and just as responsible as the channels that they partner with and they support. So I am convinced that part of the problem with this channel is we're not monetized, and YouTube seems to get their way, go out of their way to protect channels who are monetized because they are partnered together with YouTube. So YouTube has they got money in the game. So, I'm not monetized, and I don't earn, YouTube a thing. So it makes sense that they would go for the person that's making them money. So if I make a complaint or I try to appeal any action taken, why do we think YouTube is going, or what side, that YouTube is going to side with? Yeah, common sense tells you they're going to support the channel who makes them money. Then another part of this problem would be if with strikes is YouTube does not tell you exactly what you did wrong to violate the guideline or policy. No, folks, you get a blanket email that tells you to go read the guidelines and then to do better in the future. What a freaking crock of shit that is. That's like spanking your child, for misbehavior, but you don't tell him what he did, and you tell him to do better in the future. And freaking poor little kid's gonna be standing there going, "What?" So I tried to argue that with YouTube too, and that didn't go very far. I really think 99% of the time you're talking to a bot when or a computer system when you're trying to talk to them people, because take a look at the video and tell me what I did wrong. Don't tell me to go read your guidelines, because I may read them different than you. So to prove to you that YouTube is arbitrarily, inconsistently, and selectively enforces their policies, which again I believe comes down to which channel is monetized or which channel is larger. Whoever is making YouTube the most money. So many creators out there have been telling me the same thing about YouTube, what they're doing. So back in early September, I'm sure some of you guys remember this, probably a lot of you anyways, I did a video on auditing Mabton, exposing Mr. Vargas for the fraud that he is. Now, within hours, he struck the video for bullying and harassing. There was none of that in my video that he didn't put in his video. Anyways, but of course, YouTube denied all of my appeals, and the interesting part is that my video was in response to a video that Auditing Mabton had put up. And in that video, he doxes a police officer, his wife, and their family. So, and wait a minute, I almost forgot. And not just any police officer, but one who has an order of protection against Mr. Vargas. That's important to remember. Now, I have reported the video multiple times, and I have even repeatedly notified them of the criminal activity that is going on in the video, because the officer has an order of protection against Mr. Vargas, and YouTube doesn't care. The video is still up and published on his website as of today. But my video doing the same exact thing to Mr. Vargas was removed by YouTube. Can you say favoritism? Can you say arbitrary enforcement of their own guidelines? Can you say inconsistent enforcement of their policies? How about can you say that they're selective with the enforcement of their own rules? Yeah. This is proof to me, anyways. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Is proof to me that YouTube prefers and protects monetized channels like auditing Mabton and not mine because I am not monetized. But one good thing, or several good things actually came out of this, but one of them being, actually we had 322 good things happen. So with the privacy strikes, I asked for and received support from several channels in the community, and I asked them if they would repost the video that had been taken down. We had an idea it was going to happen because, like I said, I got 5 strikes the night before. I figured at any time YouTube was going to take it down, so I sent out a blast email to everyone that I know or talk to all the time, I should more say, and asked them if they would download that video and then re-upload it on their channel with their spin about it, mostly about how hypocritical that these three are when they talk about being defenders of the First Amendment and believing in the First Amendment and freedom of the press and freedom of speech, and they turn around and do something like this. I mean, if there was something that was so personal that it really bothered him, he could have emailed me, and I would have discussed it with him, whether it was worth taking down or not. And I know I don't have to, but I'm not a complete asshole. I mean, it's but if you live in a glass house, buddy, you got to look out for stones, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. So the privacy strikes. These really hurt the channel, and he did a good job. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But at least this way, with those my video going on and on other channels, he's never gonna kill it now. There's no way that Uncle Jack can stop this video now. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many channels it's on. So I'm really happy about that, but I would like to put it back up on my own channel, and maybe someday I can. I gotta tweak it and fix it a little bit, I guess. There goes that chair again. So how does that feel, Jack? Sitting back and being powerless like that we're putting your information out all over the internet, and usually once it's out there, you can never get it back. Maybe you should have chose another career. Maybe. I want to appreciate, everyone for subscribing. I really appreciate y'all coming over and taking the advice of, the major channels that you saw the video. I call them major because I'm just a little channel. I'm, trying to grow, and we do it leaps and bounds every once in a while. Somebody will put out a video on us, and we'll go up 322 subscribers in a few days, and then, things just kind of calm down, and you get 10 or 15 a week, and then all of a sudden, somebody will take one of my videos for some reason and use it. And the next thing you know, you got 150, 200 more subscribers. So that seems to be about how this channel has grown, and that's fine with me. I'm not out to, have 30,000 subscribers tomorrow. I'm not monetized, so I'm not making any money off of it anyways. So I really appreciate the channels that that put me out there and gave advice, for the reference for everybody to come over here and check this channel out, it's this one kind of bothered me, folks, and I can't lie. At one point, I was going to pull the plug and just walk away, and then. I'll be honest with you, it was the Lucid Dream. Lucid Dream and I had a couple of email chats back and forth, and I decided to take her advice, and I'm just going to change the way I do the videos. and I'm going to start a Patreon channel where I can upload the full videos. I'll just put it that way. You know, and I want to thank, again, I want to thank the channels that sent me all those subscribers. I really appreciate it every time you guys do. And that's, I mean, honestly, that's all I got for right now, folks. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the update on the rankings. And thanks for listening to all my ranting and raving here for the last 20 minutes. And that's all I got, you know. And, well, the main thing is thank you all for sticking by our channel. And, you know, there's going to be new videos up here very soon. I've got some arrest videos I'm going to do. I've got some frauditors being attacked videos I'm going to do. And I do need to do another video on the rankings, but I just got to sanitize it a little bit. So until next time, y'all take care out there now.